Well, good evening. Well, I guess it's evening. Actually, for me, it's Christmas evening. Merry Christmas. I guess, you know, it's not Christmas for you right now, but I am just coming into the shop tonight because tomorrow, the day after Christmas, is engine dyno day for Marcus Aurelius, the big red Centurion. So everything's pretty much assembled, ready to go. Of course, all of my gas cans are still empty, so I'll have to bring those with me in the morning. As we talked about before, this is list, so 5 gallons of fuel. All of this is attached, ready to go. I do need to bring those exhaust gaskets. So, which I think I have, you know, somewhere. That's why I'm coming out here today, because I didn't want to come out tomorrow morning with a foggy head and try to figure this stuff out. I'd rather just get up in the morning, try to hook the trailer up in the dark, and then head on out. So, okay, so here, all right, so I'm gonna bring this gasket box. So I have this gasket box. It's got water pump gasket in it too. It never hurts to have a few extra gaskets along. Got to bring the carburetor, Quadrajet. So let's just put that over here. So we have it. I'll just, I'll just lay it here for now. And so I bought some just Amazon level shrink wrap, because I'm going to shrink wrap this engine, try to keep all of the road grime, whatever's out there. It's winter time. Try to keep all that off the motor on the way there and on the way back. Oh, can't forget the brake-in oil. Got to have that. And then got to have this. So I'm just going to lay all this out on the trailer. I'll put this in the Expedition when in the morning, but this is just so I don't forget, because I will forget. It's going to happen. Well, here's a 5-gallon jug. Actually, I'm going to bring 2 5-gallon jugs. I'll bring the one from last week from filling up the Honda Trails, which are still sitting over there. Since I'm filling up gas cans, I may as well just go ahead and do them all. This is my Odd Duck gas can. It's got this style, which I don't really love. Actually, of the new styles, I kind of like this one, because you can set the can up and then just press the button and it lets the air through. It's still not as good as having an air vent back here, but you know, you can make an air vent back there. It just means when you're transporting inside a vehicle, sometimes it just gives a little spurt of gasoline. And I don't really like that, so I put up with the other garbage. I don't know what you have around your place, but that's what I have. So, okay. Oh yeah, the new manifold came in that actually does match the old one with the crack, if you remember. So we got a new one. This is the one that I still need to sell on eBay. It's actually up on eBay right now. So, you know, if you need some wall art, just make a bid, as long as it's what I'm asking. I know what I got. I actually don't know what I have. I don't even know what it's for. I suppose I could look it up. But someone with the right casting number is going to know what it's for. So, or what year it's for. I mean, it is for a 455. Okay, what else? Yeah, I did have a good Christmas. Hung out with family all day, basically. Ate a lot of food. Drank a lot of liquids. Probably not the hydrating kind necessarily, but some of those. And lots of kids, lots of nieces and nephews screaming and running around. When I left, Elf was on TV, but I couldn't stay for the end of it. I mean, I can watch it in my house, first of all. Second of all, I was tired and I have to work tonight. So we left. Everyone was ready to go anyway. You know how it is, you're there for 7 hours and, well, the kids kind of reached that limit of tolerability or energy, something. I don't know if it's the parents' energy or the children's energy, but Okay, anything else? Oh yeah, I suppose I should bring this is actually the gasket that came on the carburetor for the car. I don't think it was leaking. This is one of those thick ones. We'll see. We're gonna see how it runs on the dyno. I can get another one if I need to, but I'm gonna just go ahead and run this one because I feel like it will work. And no sense in buying one if you don't need to. So they're not that expensive, but that seems like a good one. So, okay, well, I super glad you just here on Christmas. You don't have to be, but I'm going to load this engine. I got to get my engine hoist over here, hook it up, and basically just move it from its place on the floor to its place on the trailer. And in between, wrap it with shrink wrap, and I don't know, so on and so forth. So, yeah, just hang out. I will do that. Yeah, not much happening this week. As I've said before multiple times, I just want to set expectations, We're at the end of the year here. I have an exciting new project coming in actually this week. You might get a chance to just peek at it with me. Oh yeah, the Corvette there, which I have no name for. I feel terrible about it. I don't know. Nothing just happened with that car. I know it's not mine, but I always have a name for at least a nickname. So we'll figure that out. But we're going to be replacing just completely rebuilding the rear suspension on this car as soon as I sit down and order the parts after Christmas. When they come in, we'll hammer that. And then we got that new project coming, and then installing this engine, which isn't going to be this week because, again, this is the week of Christmas, family's in town. I have obligations, much like you. So I have to say I completely miss being out here. I've just come out to the shop this week to get things, and I just want to stay, but I can't. So you got to do what you got to do. All right, let me get busy with this. Okay, that should do it. I'm gonna go in and enjoy a actual fire in an actual fireplace, and we'll see you in the morning. Take this thing up and see what kind of horsepower it's gonna make. I'm very curious because I still have the horsepower numbers, or maybe you remember from the episode of Ella, the 73 Riviera, what kind of horsepower that engine made. And this is the exact same engine, except that it's a different one. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. I like numbers and to see kind of how close they get to it. So, all right, see you in the morning. All right, we're off. Off like a herd of turtles, a dad would say. I know, it's pretty bad when you realize that you are your father. And there's not even any kids in the car. There's no kids, and I'm still doing it. I think it's kind of like, you know, your body hurting more in the morning than it used to. I think it's kind of like that. It's just inevitable. So, on our way to the dyno, and I have 18 miles to empty. So, we need to stop to get gas. We also need to stop to get gas anyway, because my 3 gas cans are empty, as we all are fully aware. So, we'll do that on the way, and yeah, that should do it. I haven't really talked much about the HMS, as we like to call her, this 2018 Lincoln Navigator L. It's got some other nomenclatures after that, but you know, who really cares? Yeah, this is my wife's ride. So last year I sold my 1997 Ford F-250 Power Stroke, and that was my tow rig, but I sold it because, well, I got an offer that I couldn't refuse, and I kind of needed a little bit of cash flow at the time, so it was helpful. But now I don't have a tow rig, so now I borrow my wife's tow rig, and it's actually not too bad. You know, it's got the Ford 10-speed automatic that's in the F-150s and everything. So it's got the a 3.6 liter twin turbo V6. This particular motor is tuned up to 450 horsepower with close to 500 foot-pounds of torque. So it tows a trailer. I've towed cars behind it, as you know. Tows a trailer no problem, and doesn't complain. I really have no complaints. Sags a little in the back when you've got the car hauler on it, but it doesn't really care. So no air suspension. This is whatever magic wizardry, meteorological, I don't know. That might be weather. It might be weather related suspension, as far as I know. So sophisticated is all I'm saying. Yeah, and it does a good job. So this coming year, it is my goal to replace my tow rig, but it's winter time. I'm not really doing a lot of car hauling, and so we'll just put it off. We'll put it off. We've got some other things that the shop needs first. So in the interim, we get to just ride in style. It's 4-wheel drive, you know, which of course you need up here. You don't need, but honestly, just buy 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. You'll thank yourself in the wintertime to have it. So even if it's only a couple of times, it's a couple times that you're going to get home and feel good about it. So Anyway, I'll stop jibber jabbering. It's way too early. I've only had 1 cup of coffee, which is not usual for me, but I just had to get out the door. I'm recovering from Christmas, I'll just tell you, because days off, lots of food. You know, my body's just not used to it, all of the stuff that's happening, staying up later than usual. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just informing you of what the situation is. What's the sit rep? This is the sit rep. Oh, somebody made a ice rink in the lake. Yep, that's a thing. I'm about to drive by the lakes where the crazy man was standing out in the middle of the ice trying to pull a smelly animal from a hole that he drilled. I don't know what he was doing, but I guess I'm about to see if it's still happening. I don't know. I'm looking out here now. I don't know if you can see. There are some huts out there. There are some huts, and I'm guessing people are hunkered down in them. That's just my guess. I think they're in there. I say we just leave them alone. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stop up here and get gas before I run out, and then we'll just make our way up to the dyno. See you there. Kind of grabs, right? Lugs down a little.
Okay. We won't rev it any higher because it really doesn't seem to help.
Yeah.
46 is plenty. 33.
Okay, we're back in the shop with the motor. So, my bad. I brought you along to the dyno, but I forgot to turn on my microphone. So it was just like a silent movie. You know? Everyone wants to hear engine noises. Thankfully, I did get some engine noises, but you know, it is what it is. You get what you get. I'm sorry. It's an apology, okay? So, how did this Buick 455 compare with the Rivieras, 1973 Buick 455 on the dyno? So I have the numbers on this one. So we made 330, well, you saw it, 330 foot-pounds, no, 330 horsepower, 465 roughly foot-pounds. So what was the Riviera? Okay, so it was a little bit more, like 450 foot-pounds. Yeah, so 330 versus 350. Okay, 350. Thank you. Horsepower. So the Riv made 350 versus the 330, and then the Riv also made almost 480 foot-pounds of torque versus the Riv 465. So this engine, a tiny bit down on power. It can be a lot of factors, you know. We're still over the factory rated horsepower ratings in 1973. I don't know, look it up. I already looked it up and then I forgot what the number was. Okay, sure. Do you want me to Google that for you? I can do that. You're like worse than helpless. Let's see. I don't know. What's worse than helpless? It's pretty bad. And also, you can see how I look at a phone here with old man eyes. Didn't used to do that. I do that now. My wife was making fun of me because the text on my phone is larger than the text on her phone. Why do you need to make fun of that? I don't know. Okay, 260 horsepower and 379 foot-pounds. Okay, so what did I say? Yeah, so we're at 464 and 330. So we're still like 100 horsepower more. And I'm assuming back in the day, they were doing crank horsepower, not wheel horsepower. So, yeah, we're, and they probably, like, for insurance purposes, advertised a lower number than it was actually doing. So it would not surprise me if the factory engines were putting out the same horsepower as this. That's just, you know, they lied. Yeah, it's fine. When it comes to insurance, people lie. I don't know why, because they just do. So, and insurance knows probably that they were lying. I don't know, you know, it's just a game. So, yeah, that's the deal. Pretty happy with it. The carburetor, the air fuel stayed really steady around 14 through the whole pull. Super amounts of torque. So we measured the torque from like 3,300 RPM and up. It was making more than that down low. I mean, it starts immediately making torque, and it's immediately a lot, and it doesn't really start falling off until, you know, a little bit later in the run, you know. So, and the horsepower kind of just climbs and then it plateaus. Like, it was making 330 from, I don't know, 3,400 to 4,500, and it was still making it, you know, it kind of went up and then just flat. It's great. It's a great motor. It really is. So we're running the Quadrajet. It's the stock factory one that was on it. We took a chance on it, and it ended up not disappointing us. So, all right. I'm gonna get this thing unloaded off the trailer. I gotta get this trailer out of the way because we have a new project coming in the shop. So it needs to go right here, and this trailer needs to go outside. So when that gets here, I will introduce you to it, and that'll be fun. You know, it's always fun to have something new in the shop. Kind of injects a little excitement into what's going on. As I said, the Corvette, when we get the suspension bits in, really a bushing kit, we'll be tackling that as well. So, okay, all in all, a success. I'm so glad you were able to come along. I'm sorry your ears didn't work, but you know, it happens sometimes. What we have here is a 1954 Ford pickup truck, F100. It has the cost clipper, straight 6 engine in it. It has a 3 on the tree manual transmission, 2-wheel drive, in waterfall blue, color code D. It has a wood bed in the back and a brown interior, and it's been owned by the same family since brand new. So the customer brought this in. His father bought it brand new. He and his sister remember the truck growing up. Their dad drove it probably from 1954 till the last time, I believe he said, in 1984. And the son decided that it's time to get it out of storage and just make it drivable, be able to take it to a restaurant or kind of just drive it around, you know, not daily drive it, but just make it usable. So as you could tell, it's got some rust and things like that. This truck is a Minnesota truck, but none of that detracts from how special it is. And this truck is special because of its history, its story. being a part of this family, having a very emotional connection to their growing up and their memories associated with it. So all of the patina, all of the corrosion, all of the oil leaks, everything just serves as a reminder as to what was. And we just want to bring it forward, let this family enjoy it. So I am honored to have this truck here with the story that it has. And what's that? Oh, why it's here? Right. Well, you know, I got lost in the moment. I was getting a little emotional about it. Yeah, so it doesn't stop. There's no stopping. It's stop deficient. It goes, it just doesn't stop. So the plan is to upgrade the brake system. So right now, it's got, the single pot master cylinder of death in there, and we're going to convert it to a dual pot system and rebuild all of the drum brakes, put new springs and just all of the brakey stuff. I'm sorry, did I dive too technically into it? Well, brakey stuff is official. Hoses, you name it, hard lines, all of it. It's going to be a project. It's going to be a big project, but worthwhile, because then it will stop and they can enjoy the truck, as safe as it ever was. Maybe even a little safer. So I just wanted you to have a chance to get your eyes on this truck, since you're going to see it sitting around the shop for a while. I've got to get online. I've got to do some research as to what the best options are for the truck. So that'll take me a bit. And then, of course, you got to get the parts here, which will take another little bit. So we won't get on this right away, but we will get on it. So first up, of course, is finishing Marcus Aurelius, the red Centurion that you're right next to right now. So get that motor in, get that up and running, then maybe dive into the rear suspension on the Corvette before we pivot. Oh, I'm totally getting into this corporate speak. We're pivoting, that we're going to pivot. There's pivoting that's going to happen. Just some pivoting there. Does that make you uncomfortable? Yeah, me too. Anyway, I just like standing next to it. It's really great. So I think with that, we're gonna call it quits on this Christmas/New Year's episode. I guess tomorrow is New Year's Day, so I hope the closing of your year is satisfying, and the entry into the new year, even though it's just a space on the calendar, it's not really real, but it is real. I hope it's full of optimism and trying hard things. Try some hard things, okay? It's good for you. So do something you don't know how to do. Learn about something you don't know anything about. And I hope this next year does that for you. And again, I hope your Christmas was really great. I had a very good time with family and friends, and looking forward to New Year's Eve with some more friends. So anyway, cheers, and we'll see you next year.